been for what? Shooting a gun at a gun range, bro. It is what it is, bro. I'm not tripping. Like, you want me banned for a day? It is what it is. We ain't tripping. And if I do get banned, y'all just watch me on. If I do get banned, y'all just watch me on Aries stream, bro.
Can you scrape for me?
OnlyFans. OG Mudbone.
Stop. No, stop it. I'm serious.
No, I'm very serious.
You're gonna make it worse, bro. Please.
26.
2,677.
Hey, but I'll repeat that.
Oh.
This one. Hold on, let me transfer some money. Yeah, the limit, chat.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't get why the people was in here. Let me say this, bro, because this. Can y'all listen? Mods, no disrespect, but can y'all ban the word P2 in my? Why the fuck are y'all? I get it, bro, but why are y'all commenting that in that shit, bro? That was my real life friend, bro. It's my real life friend, bro. And y'all, I don't know why y'all saying that, bro. Like, why are y'all randomly saying that?
What happened? What's wrong with your homie? Why they getting at that nigga?
That shit is weird, bro. Like that's.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Ain't nothing weird in this era. Everything's go. Ain't
That's
nothing
my
weird,
real life
nigga.
homie. Like, why are y'all spamming that inside of a chat, bro?
Don't you got issues with some blood, nigga? That was drinking, Don Julio at 12 in the afternoon?
God damn, bro.
You got a problem with that, nigga? You call this PO or some shit? Man, what happened with this fight, man? Single got hands, man. That's all I want to see.
I got a VIP. Almighty J. Almighty J is a mod. Oh, he is right here. He's right here. Oh no.
Almighty J. What J you talking about from? Houston? When I got ran down in New York?
My bad.
And clicking them keys hard, boy. Click, 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 click.
Y'all, I talked to Almighty. Oh, my mama just got here, y'all, so we finna leave in a second. Y'all, I talked to Almighty J. Hey, shout out Network. Shout out Network with the Network Guru. Guru with the 20 gifted. I fell off. Brought me back.
Ah!
Shout out my nigga Network.
Everybody fall off. Nas fell off. Jim Jones, you falling off. Nigga, like your hair about to fall out your motherfucking scalp. Keep getting them braids, nigga. My hairline gonna be receding further. Yeah, y'all seen that shit with the AI, what it said about Nas and Jim Jones, huh, Cheech? I know you ain't peeped that, cause.
Shout out my nigga Network with the 20 giftiano, nigga. 20 gifted. What's up? Hey, I want to say this, y'all. I want to say this. I just got off the phone with Almighty J before I got on stream. Y'all better quit playing with that. I ain't gonna lie, y'all better quit playing with that. Real talk.
What are you talking about?
You playing with Almighty J, I'm like, hey, listen, bro. Let me tell you about Almighty J, bro. Me and Almighty
tell us something about that.
When I got into it with that lame in Houston for disrespecting my brother, I ain't even really, I don't know, bro. I want to say, like, Almighty J super nice on the internet. Super nice on the internet, but that nigga do not play, bro.
Yeah, we seen it. We seen how he get down.
Sit here and lie to y'all, bro.
We seen how he get down in real life. We seen that. We seen it.
Like, he really, like, I'm just saying, bro.
We seen what happened. Yeah, he really like. Yeah, he really like.
Like, he really, like, I'm like, bro, I don't even know who the lame dude was that I got into it with, Nate. I'm just saying, bro, like, I really, like, listen, let me put this in there. Let me tell you this. If some shit happened, let's say, for example, I was in the mall and I got robbed, right? Mm-hmm. You don't know is Jay is who you call. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking in retrospect. If something happened to me in the mall and my shit got took, Jay is who you call. I'm just saying, y'all need to really just chill on Jay, because Jay can do a lot of shit, bro. Like,
why they think Jay just sweet like that?
Jay acted a certain type of way on the internet, and I'd be like, bro, why you be? I get it though. You can't show your hand, but I'm saying, like,
that's true.
Y'all gotta stop. That's all I'm saying, bro. Is y'all gotta stop, bro. Y'all gotta stop. Cause
he gotta show us something then for us to stop. Tell that nigga to show us something.
Somebody don't with Jay.
Tell that nigga to
Please.
holler at that nigga Aiden Ross to go fight Charleston White.
You would just think it's a coincidence? No, it's that. But it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, stop. Like seriously.
Nah, niggas ain't stopping. He ain't stopping.
Y'all said Jay weigh 100 pounds?
Them things don't.
Alright, it don't matter about no goddamn weight.
Hell no.
It don't matter about no goddamn weight. He can weigh whatever.
He ain't had them things in New
I'm
York.
not talking about no Reggie. I'm just talking about period. Like I was when I seen his. When I'm looking at TikTok comments, I'm seeing people say shit. Bro, y'all letting that New York fool y'all, bro. Him get jumped. He got jumped in New York. He didn't fight one-on-one.
He was caught lacking. He was caught lacking.
That's a way big difference. Like it's
Nigga, he got his ass whooped in Houston, nigga. Nigga, stories in Houston, he getting fucked up. Talk about.
You know what I'm saying? That's hard.
Business by any means necessary. What's this? What you got on the screen?
Who this nigga right here?
So people saying,
Better not be your daddy. I know they ain't your daddy.
application.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but they said it's all right, y'all. Do y'all know the timestamp?
What happened with Cinco and Pie What happened you in Pie
It's a brush in his bathroom. That brush is in the bathroom. Yeah, go get it.
Average? Oh yeah, I got it. How you feel it? Yeah? Is it better? I wouldn't say that, but program, man.
You think it'll fit?
Oh yeah.
It'll fit?
What?
What's that? Is that a medium? Wait, oh, come
That's
here.
a medium?
This is different though. He's saying they don't have the other. Oh. What do you think? These look like they might be tight.
So
What?
No.
What?
Hey. Yeah. I English.
What size? You think it'll fit?
Rappers? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
This thing size.
What size is it?
Program, man.
You think it'll fit? What size?
So
What?
No. Hey. Yeah. I English.
What size? You think it'll fit?
Rappers?
He said English.
Yeah.
What size is it?
Program, man.
You think it'll fit? Okay.
Yeah.
You think that could fit?
What?
These are large. You think you could fit those?
I want 32. Yeah.
32. You said you think medium?
Yeah. Nah.
Cinco, you need to do something about this nigga. Get this nigga out of here, Cinco.
Yeah.
That's all he said, yeah.
You like these?
It's off. Yeah.
Too close, bro.
Oh, word, Rich? He got his jaw tapped, son? Word? Say word. Yo, hurry up, dog. Go to the fucking timestamp, nigga. Hurry up. Nigga wants to see this nigga jaw get rocked, nigga. Just like Almighty J, nigga, when they cut that nigga face. Fuck out of here. He got jumped. How the fuck he got jumped? He was with New York niggas.
So this is drunk. Like you can
Fuck out of here. Capping, nigga.
This is
You got caught lacking.
style, but these
I wanna hear that shit.
What do you think? I'm over 6.
Bro, it's so much going on. You good, bro? You good? You want it? Let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
Oh, you want to be in it? Wait.
Huh?
What you want to do, man?
Oh, he put his hand in your face. He put his hand in your face, son. Nah, whoa. That's aggressive, bro. You from Cali. That's aggressive, bro. He put his hand in your face.
Okay. It's okay. Have a great day. Have a great day.
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Brother, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm straight. Come on, let's watch something. What? You said what?
Okay, no. Can you move away? He's trying to scream whatever part.
What do you want? I don't want no picture, bro.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Cinco. Oh shit, Cinco. Cinco, get this nigga out your space, cuz. Get this nigga. Oh, son. Son, you gotta swing off on that nigga, son. Swing off on that nigga, son. He just violated you 4 times. He's in your man's comfort zone, son. You're supposed to violate. Swing left. Come on, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna be honest, and I didn't even look at it. So I didn't.
Oh,
Look
push
at
him.
this because I wanted to give y'all a real reaction. And just talking about Lala. I see everybody in the comments talking about Lala. Do y'all know how many times this happened as a content creator? Y'all gonna see. I'm finna go do IRL. When y'all go see, it's gonna get to coming up to me, and sometimes the conversation get too long, and you be like, "Hey, how you doing, bro?" Because you don't want to be a to a fan or a supporter or a what you call that? Long looker? What you call that?
Long-winded.
Looker, like somebody that look at you doing something. It's
Long
like,
looking? I
you
never
don't
heard of
wanna
that.
be-
I never heard of
You
that.
just be like, all right, thank you, appreciate it. And then you get to talk, you be like, what's up, brother? Like, right here is when Cinco got irritated. Like this. Right here.
What's that? You think it'll fit?
You know what I'm saying, Rich? Nigga pointed that finger. Look, he got the finger right there! How many times this nigga gonna point his finger at you, Cinco? You from Compton, nigga. You should know what that means, bro. You from Compton. I know you trying to not, you know, have no issues in Paris, you know, because of Chris Brown and all this shit.
I'm filming.
But sorry, you could push that nigga back.
What's up? Why you standing here, right? Why you standing here?
He put his hands in your face. You should do the same.
That's the when. See, if you're a content creator, you know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. Y'all can even ask Crack. Y'all can even ask Almighty J that's in the shit. When a fan come up to you, you like, hey, how you doing, gang? How you doing? Take the picture. So that's his mindset right now. You know what I'm saying? That's his mindset, like, let's take the picture. But now he's getting kind of irritated, like, gang, why you so close?
Oh, you don't wanna be in it?
Nigga, he got close the first time. And he walked right on you, bro. Boom, right there. Look at that. You gonna take a picture with me. You gonna take a picture. You two, not her.
We took pictures together already.
IMS, give me with that sub, appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Oh my God.
Okay, no. Can you? Okay, no. Can you move away? Can you move away? Can you? He's trying to scream whatever part.
What do you want? I don't want no picture, bro.
Okay.
I'm not exiting nowhere.
Okay, can you?
Oh. He did the Kevin Durant at the free throw. When Kevin Durant shake his shoulders before he shoot the free throw, he shake his shoulders. Whoop! See, he did that. He did that. Kevin Durant shake your shoulders.
This is a drug. I don't know what type of drugs or they do to get lit in France and Paris.
They got better drugs.
Right here.
They got better drugs. Stronger.
The reason why I say that, right? A high bum is because he got an Adidas shirt on. A long sleeve Adidas shirt. See, but y'all see bro right here, right? Bro right here already knew. The one that's right here. He already knew what was going on. That's why he taking his son and he dipping. Because he's seen it. But this is come up to me with a loose Adidas shirt on, I already feel the vibes. Why is you popping out during Fashion Week in Paris where all the hoes at, all the bad, all the thick, all the fine, and you on here with a tan dad hat and a fat Adidas shirt? Cinco ain't reading the lines. Now listen, before we even get to all of this, I'm gonna be honest, and Cinco might even check me for this. Cinco is in a lover boy state right now. I feel like Cinco is on some shit. Like when I'm with my, you know how you be with your woman?
Yeah, you don't want to be on violent time.
You just happy go lucky, cause you know when you getting home, you finna go get some ass. Like you
don't want to fuck this up.
You know
Yeah, I'm trying to get this right. I don't want no problems.
I think Cinco, me personally, and I can't confirm this, I don't know. These is dating or something. These
Right.
really
Yeah, they doing something. They need to
do
get.
something.
Yeah.
Because I didn't seen Cinco. Hold on, y'all. Let me put this up. I didn't seen Cinco put in a blender for sure. When me and Cinco is together, right? I didn't see Cinco in the club mix like a cake. Cinco do not play that. I didn't see Cinco pull out guns for balloons popping, gang. Y'all not listening. Cinco is a real crash out. Y'all not listening.
That's what I'm saying. He from Compton.
I didn't see Cinco really put belt to ass on, really use these and really use these.
Okay. You gonna say that?
Cinco did that in GTA. I think that Cinco is in a lover boy.
Oh, now you try to change it. You try to change it.
When I see this. Because
you try to change it.
Cinco I know.
It's too late. You ready to set it.
I'm talking about instantly. Y'all talking about being fed, right? I'm not. I'm saying that Cinco is really like that, bro. Man, fuck all that overseas. Cinco is a millionaire. He would have got out.
67 million?
Definitely is in his face.
What I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Rich? That nigga talking.
Man, y'all acting like
Yo, didn't he call somebody PO officer, or was that real?
y'all think this is.
Did he actually call somebody PO officer?
What do you think that mean?
Or was that real?
Y'all know what Cinco is. Cinco can't get no on his neck if he ain't really like that. That's what I'm saying.
Man, niggas got shit on their neck that ain't really like
It's
that.
a lover boys thing in GTA. You know what I'm saying? In GTA. Y'all niggas tripping if y'all think that any nigga. Y'all tripping if y'all think this can happen twice. And I ain't even seen it yet. Y'all tripping if you think this can happen twice. That's why I think that Cinco and Lala, I think it's more than content. Because he out of his element. But let me get on. Let me get back.
Whoa. You supposed to move his hand, not your face.
Because this overseas, Cinco is a man. You think that Cinco would let him hold him if they was in Africa, USA, Puerto Rico, Cuba? No. This crip tripping. Cinco is a millionaire. You think Cinco care about going to jail in Paris? Probably right now he think about that, but not at this moment.
What is going on? Can someone get him out of here?
Bro,
Can you have security, like, get away?
we don't want no picture, bro. Hey.
Wait, stop touching him. What's wrong with you? Bro.
Oh.
Please.
He just duffed you, Cinco. What happened, Cinco? He got reach, Cinco. Hold up, yo, cameraman! What the fuck? Get this nigga fired. You see, but you did see that punch. You see that punch? Oh, rocked him. I don't know if that hit him. Did that punch hit him? I don't think so. That came all the way from Vietnamese and had to come all the way back to Cuba. Did the Kevin Durant? That's when he was ready. Did the Kevin Durant? Whoa, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Can someone get him out of here?
And look at you, mad delirious. And you from New York, shorty? What part of New York you from?
Wait, stop touching him. What's wrong with you?
What you mean, bitch? I'm about to violate. That's what's wrong with me. I'm violating shit. Oh, what happened to the camera? Somebody spin the camera? What happened to the camera? Oh, all right. Cinco, niggas just said your backpack was trash. Cinco, your backpack didn't work at the palm. You had to return that shit. So you been having a bad week all week. Oh, Cinco, you got touched. He touched you. Now you mad. Yeah, he mad. Yo, why would he do this? For content, bitch.
Hey, let me say this, chat. Get out of here.
What you gonna say?
Let
Get out
me
of here.
say this.
Grown man talk. Shorty, get out of
Say
here.
this.
No kids allowed.
It's easy to say what you would do when you watching it from the stands. It's easy to tell LeBron to shoot that three when
No, nigga, because niggas been in that situation. Even worse, bro. So you can't tell niggas that been in that situation. No.
No.
You talking about, nigga? I almost had my face cut. What you talking about? Almost had my face cut.
You worried that I'm not.
He swung it twice and missed. What you talking about, nigga? No.
Instagram model woman.
No.
What the f is she supposed to
And I was sitting in the chair right in front of him. Fuck out of here,
Where's
bro.
Lala even from? Lala probably from Korea. Korea.
Lala from New York, I think.
I
I think.
Lala from? She ain't from Philly. She ain't from Pontiac. She ain't from goddamn Zone 1. Compton Crip. This ain't no hood. Now, if this was goddamn Sexy Red would have died out there. You know what I'm saying? This is a island girl, bro. Her name is Lala the Island Girl. What the
Oh, she from the islands? Oh, that's a bull. That's even worse. I mean, like chicks from the islands that be scrapping, man. What the fuck you talking about, man? Yo, Rich, what he talking about?
No.
Chicks from the islands be quick to want to stab niggas up. Man, get the fuck out of here. What, the Brazilian bitches? If a dude would have did this, should have been flipping. Should have been flipping in front of the nigga. What you talking about? A white bitch would have been tight. Like, excuse me, sir.
Going to Panda Express.
Nah, you capping, Dub. You capping, Dub. Capping. Capping,
Be
sir.
honest. Be honest. I'm
Capping,
not
Dub.
expecting Chino to jump in nothing for me. It's not.
Nah,
in my blood.
bitch. You ain't supposed to act like that. AMC, no.
It's up with me and George.
I think this is what the homie says. Cinco, you're sinking. That's why he said that. Cinco, you stay sinking. That's why he said that. That's your name. Cinco, stay sinking. Damn. Cinco from Compton that stays sinking.
TT jump in, this me. I'm thumping. Look, hold on. This is what I'm gonna do. Look, check. This is what I'm doing to TT if I'm fighting Eric. I'm thumping her little kitchen. This gonna end. This gonna end. Orange, thank you for the sub. This gonna end everything TT got. This uppercut gonna end everything TT thinks think. I'm knocking the memory out of TT. She hit me if I'm fighting Eric. Knocking the memory out of her, bro. The doctor gonna have to tell TT what happened, and they ain't even gonna be there. So what do y'all out, man? If you see this dirty Adidas, look at this dirty man.
No, ain't no way. That's what I'm saying.
But that dirty man tapped his jaw.
Dirty man.
What's his motherfucking Instagram? Yeah, homie. What's your name? Yeah. You lit, nigga. You lit, nigga. You lit, nigga. Whoever you is, you lit. Castanet, you need to talk to this man. Go holler at this man. Aiden Raw, set it up. Aiden Raw, set this fight up. Set this fight up. Yeah.
Seen the best looking couple like, oh yeah, I'm finna knock the what? He would have said la la to Allah instantly.
Oh, word, that's a bar.
Instantly. And
That's a nice bar.
heard, this is not Krishan.
That's right, I'll give you that.
What?
I'll give you that.
This ain't
I'll give you that.
Meatball. Now, if he was with Meatball, Cinco was with Meatball, he wouldn't have walked up to them. Simple. Whoa. My bad.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Let me figure out. Let me see what happens.
You messed up. Yo, Shorty, get out of here. Yeah, close the door, son. Close the door. Close the door. He's trying to get up in the action.
Whoa, you didn't write that.
Yo, Cinco, what's up with you? Damn, son, this shit fucked up again, man. Yo, bro, you need to. That backpack is trash.
Okay, listen. Jaja, watch your mouth game. To be honest, this shit ain't funny. Shut your ass up. You bring your dirty ass by me with some Adidas and a tan hat, I'ma beat your. All you gotta do is tell me your name, Jaja, and walk up to me with an Adidas shirt and a dad's hat. I'ma beat your. And we gonna can laugh, giggle, hop, and stop on shout. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Oh, so niggas with Adidas shirts get it popping. Say less.
I can
Say
whatever
less.
the fuck I laugh, talk,
Say
breathe
less.
the every way I wanna.
Ain't that the GD colors, the GD shits, right? Adidas, now them niggas be wearing black Adidas and all that, right? Yeah, nigga. Man, nigga.
Wow, I should have jumped in. What the fuck? Do y'all honestly believe that? I'm being honest.
Lala ain't trying to get fucked up.
Who is somebody that you know wouldn't? Who is somebody that you know wouldn't fight? No disrespect. You know they would.
Female?
Dude. Yeah, female. Yeah.
Kai.
I don't know no female.
Kai.
What the hell?
With the heli?
I don't know if they had that one.
Niggas talking about you. Y'all talking about, bro? Ain't nobody gonna say. And the same thing with
He should have been got security to get him out of here. Like, what the f is wrong with that man? He
Oh,
wanted
that's
to-
dub shit? So, hold up. Where the fuck Dub was at then?
Okay.
Well, he went somewhere else then?
We need to just go. We need to just go. This is
Damn, son.
like,
Damn, Cinco.
that was
You got punched. Damn, Cinco.
that was
Damn,
so weird.
Cinco. You're
Why is he
sinking.
taking him back?
Y'all on some, bro. We'll do some water, bro.
Oh, what you said, Rich? If she was with you, she would have been with the shits, right?
That man just came up and was just trying to start stuff. I don't know.
Like a chick like that, how she reacted,
Wait, I can go.
I wouldn't fuck with her no more. Like, not even fuck with her no more. I already know to put her in a certain pocket. So where this happened at?
my nigga Ghost with the 2 subs.
They saying this happened in Paris.
Chat, y'all can't say that he couldn't let nobody get close. This Cinco is a celebrity, bro. He's a social media. He's top 10 in streaming. He thinking these people just want pictures, bro.
So this is in the Mall of America?
Bro, this has hundreds of
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
He
a
don't know
friend,
who's
yeah.
an enemy or who's not. He just think these people watch him, bro. He cannot. That Cinco is he's a celebrity, bro. As much as y'all ain't gonna want to, he's a celebrity. He don't know who's an enemy or who's not. He just thought the dude wanted a picture, bro.
But he violated his space. Rip. He violated his space. Like, yo.
What the hell, this nigga on my dick, bro. I'm like, bro, what do you want, bro? Like, grabbing you, that's why I got up on him, because he grabbed me by the neck. Like, bro, what is you want? My nigga, I don't want no, this nigga on my dick, bro. I'm like, bro, what do you want, bro? Like, grabbing you, that's why I got up on him, because he grabbed me by the neck. Like, bro, what is you want? My nigga, I don't want no picture, bro. Nigga talking about taking a picture of us, nigga up in the camera like, bro, what is you doing?
Yeah, no, I know Dub wasn't in Paris. I know that. Oh, they had split. Alright. I remember they was. I know. I remember I seen them in the sprinter van, but that wasn't that day. This must have been today. That was yesterday. They was in that sprinter van.
I'm not gonna worry about that, bro. Y'all just let a nigga get up on a nigga. Y'all let
Yo, you need security, my boy.
bro.
You need some security, my boy.
Like, if that was me, I would've went to jail, bro. Like, come on, bro.
You try to keep it cool, but still, you could have moved them. You could have moved them.
Filming, bro. And niggas did all that, and nobody said nothing to them. That's crazy.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah.
Like, come on. Nigga just, bro.
Damn, son. Damn, son. That's crazy.
Fuck for that chat. Did they see all that?
You could use that in fashion effect.
Talking about, I don't know, what was you grabbing you, bro?
Yo, Rich, let me ask you this.
Warning, bro. I'm like, bro, what do you even want, bro? I'm like,
Like-
bro, what you? I'm like, what? Talking about taking a picture.
I'm not saying niggas playing this, but what if? But I'm like, alright, niggas ain't playing this. They just,
I'm like, we good, bro. We don't want no picture, bro. What the
cause niggas will everywhere be watching this shit. So I'm thinking,
other shit, bro.
I'm assuming. I'm not saying that they did this.
Talking about a knife or something, bro. Talking about something, bro. That's
Yeah, cause them niggas be carrying knives out there in Paris, like.
Alright, bro, y'all be.
Thank you so much.
I
Man.
What's wrong with
Here,
that
let
nigga,
me
bro?
hold some of the bags.
No, I got the bag.
Niggas over there be wildin'. Yo, Rich, you ever seen when Styles P
No, I'm just
was trying to sign autographs one time and it was like, mad niggas, son. He was like, a couple of him and a couple of dudes. It was just him. It was no kiss. Man, niggas, that nigga Styles P had to tell them niggas, yo, move back. Move back. Give me space. Them niggas are Paris aggressive. Uh-oh. 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 You don't want no problems with that nigga. You don't want that nigga right hand. You don't want to see his right hand. You don't want to see his right hand.
I see you. What? My name is, I see you, bro. I'm not worried about you, bro. Bro, I don't get
What's his name? F5? What's his name? What he said?
nigga. Damn, bro.
What he said name was? Oh, he trying to say you stole the style, cuz.
He just wants attention.
Nah, he said he stole the style, cuz he had to make sure he the real Cinco. That's what that was. He had to snuff you, nigga. I'm the real Cinco. Oh, so remember what I said? So maybe he popping out there in France, and niggas is like, yo, the real Cinco pulling up. You gotta snuff this thing.
He tried to grab me.
He said his name was F5. I'm gonna look that nigga name up. I'm gonna find that man.
So clearly he's mentally insane. Okay, we need to move
Why
around.
this nigga look like Devin Haney, but not as light skinned?
What that nigga?
Okay, can we go? You want to go there? We need to like go eat or something. This
Come on, cuz. Nah, fuck that shit, cuz. Let's go see this nigga, cuz. Let's see this nigga, cuz.
That nigga. I don't
Nah, just tie your hair up, cuz.
No, I got the bag.
Go see this nigga, kid.
You get on this side.
No, I'm just paranoid now because he's weird.
Nigga, I already saw the car.
Bitch, why you even pop off? Huh? If you was paranoid. Huh? If you was paranoid, fuck that. Feel sure. Snuff that nigga to feel sure. That's how you don't get, that's how you get unparanoid.
I don't, man, I'm gonna be honest. I don't walk around with security, bro. I need to.
You're going to now after your situation.
Y'all gonna be like, damn, I should have had security. I'm gonna be like, damn, I should have. Should I react to this this little Rodney situation with my brother? Because it ain't nothing. But should I react to that? Because I gotta go. All right, I'm gonna just react to this real quick.
Hold up. I'm about to go. I want to see this shit. Let me see this right here. Hold on. Where's that?
So let me ask you something. What if you could?
Let me see this. I need this right here. Cause this man right here, this man been in a hot seat. Where you at? Hold on.
Tuesdays are made for tenders. Get 8 juicy original recipe tenders plus 4 sauces at KFC $10 Tuesdays.
Shot Hyper Gel. Ultimate
This man been in
performance.
a hot seat right
Made
here.
from X-Shot.
Yo, let's get it by Bishop.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get this. This nigga been in a hot seat. Gotta explain yourself now. Yeah, you gotta explain yourself now. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do now? You gotta explain yourself. You been in a hot seat, talking crazy.
Actually,
Huh?
you didn't actually hear what I said for me to be wrong because I never gave an opinion.
Okay.
So I didn't give an opinion for me to be wrong about anything. I was just stating facts of
what was
something that
said?
happened during a time.
Okay.
And that's what people don't really realize. So what's up? What is everybody? What got everybody panties in a bunch round here? Let me hear it.
All right. So I first of all, what got me blown was I think what's happening
Pause.
is that
Pause.
y'all are
Pause.
like misconstruing two different like stages of Kobe's career and trying to make the argument. By the time we got you
By the time we got to 2002, the Pippen arguments were damn near dead at that point. I don't know, like 2002, 2003, he was already getting like MVP comps. There's like several people saying he was supposed to he was the best
early Kobe.
The Pippen arguments were done.
Pippen, yeah. Oh, so there was Pippen. I said Robin. See, you got to listen to the wordplay. Robin was before. Oh no. See, yeah. See, the Robin name tag was before 3 championships. The 3rd championship going into that year, that's a whole nother nigga, man. That ain't even a full Robin. We talking about the first championship, 98, 99, where his defense was showing way before his offense.
First champ, 99. He ain't win in 2000. What are you talking about?
Right, you got to think about when they were calling him the next Jordan, he wasn't Jordan numbers. It was just the mannerisms of Jordan.
Yeah.
The tongue out, the walk, the talk. That was the Jordan. I'm pretty sure 7 on the bench wasn't Jordan-like, nor coming off the bench average 7. That wasn't Jordan-like. It was the mannerisms, how he carried himself was Jordan when you was hearing the comparisons in 96 to 99. And he was getting compared with Pippen too as a complete
player.
Second option to Shaquille O'Neal when he got that reward in his 3rd season. His defense, smothering people, that's what reminded them of Pippen. See, what happens is I say something and then you change it to whatever year.
Hold up, let's go to the way he said. Let's go to the way he said. Yeah, let's go to.
He was considered a sidekick. He was considered a Robin. He was considered the next Pippen. In 2002, with 3 rings.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In 2002, he was not considered the next Pippen.
Yeah. So
okay, Gil. Okay, nigga. Okay, he was not considered the next Pippen in 2002.
No, you're right. That was that. So I was just speed talking. So that
Okay.
Ah. He was out of the Pippen phase.
Okay.
By the 3rd ring. He was out of the Pippen phase.
Nigga, he's out of Pippen phase.
All right. So let's
by the first.
That part done. Yeah. He was no longer considered next Pippen. And
he was out of the Pippen phase by the first ring. Because the way how he played, he didn't need assistance.
He was good enough to be the best player on the championship team, at least hypothetically speaking. Okay.
Hypothetically speaking.
Yes. Okay. So
y'all gotta see what this argument is about. So the argument, let me just backtrack. The argument is this: I'm going on there, right? And I guess LeBron made his statements, right?
Yes.
Ring culture.
After LeBron made his statements, everybody, all LeBron haters, they get, they forget Jordan said this, right? They forget Jordan said this when he was talking about rings. How is somebody with 11 rings, how can you say he's better than me? He already did that, right? Everyone remembers, forgets that, so it was basically, let's tear LeBron.
Yeah, Jordan said that. Yeah, Jordan said 11 rings. I have a problem with
that because I can give 2 shits because it shows that all rings ain't equal the same. So if all rings ain't equal the same, then what is ring culture anyway? Ring culture is a way to argue for the person that you go for, to put it over somebody you don't like. That's really how we use rings.
Right.
We don't use them as real greatness. We use them for arguments, right? So that's really how rings has been used. So I'm listening to Mad Dog talk. So he's responding to LeBron. His segment, he's a complete idiot.
Complete idiot. Oh, what? Complete dumb. He's a bozo.
What he's saying is, I'm like, what the fuck does this guy do? Oh, the championships and this and that. He's just naming all the big mans and all, and I'm like, all right, okay, you done lost me. You done lost me because when he mentioned George Mikan, I was like, man, nobody talked about George Mikan since 1950 probably, because he was not in the GOAT debate when it was happening in the 70s and 80s. So that was one thing. So when I heard Stephen A. Smith say it, and I'm hearing what he's saying, he says something that kind of like ruffled my feathers. And he said, Kobe would be upset with you for saying this. And that personally triggered me. Like, wait, what? So you think Kobe The person that y'all put 40th in ESPN lists in like 2012 or 13, then put him 96 on y'all list. You think that he will side with the media and not what LeBron's saying? Okay, all right. So when I'm going up there, that's why if you see how the segment started off, it started off with Molly saying, Gil got some problems about that ring culture. That's why it started off like that. Bring that back up. So my thing was because
So LeBron's wrong.
Vote on this. Media votes on this. ESPN, Bleacher, all y'all vote. Media vote. That's why I started. Y'all, if ring culture really matters, then how do y'all, I'm saying y'all because I'm talking to, how do y'all have Kobe Bryant with 3 rings in 02 and you're comparing them to who's better with Tracy McGrady? So the fact that Tracy McGrady was sitting there was even money. Because if you go back and look up any basketball references and look at what the general managers' surveys were saying, the fact that Tracy McGrady was a small forward and he put his ass in to the guard. So if you look at the sheet, he's at the guard and the small forward. So he's number 1 in small forwards in the 4th position. So during that time, he was rated higher than Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Dirk Nowitzki. He was ranked number 1 while Kobe was ranked number 1 in shooting guards, and he came in second to shooting guards. Am I right?
Yeah, big boy.
Forwards, small. It was small forward. Yeah, I don't.
They just they put him forward because you're gonna see Dirk. You're gonna see Dirk and goddamn Duncan and Tracy McGrady there. I mean Kevin Garnett there.
Yeah, T-Mac similar to how they did Jimmy Butler a few years ago. The nigga got the benefit of being a shooting guard and small forward whenever the media decided necessary to put them one. I'm not. Let me also establish this before we continue. To the people who know me, y'all already know that ring culture shit is dumb as fuck. Niggas will make up stuff just for the sake of saying whatever they really want to. And I've already told y'all numerous times, and I've showed y'all the evidence. That ring culture stuff did not start existing until 97 and 98. Because Jordan was deemed the GOAT after 2 championships. 2. They etched it in stone after 3. He was somehow able to leapfrog Bird, Magic, and Kareem after they just got done playing a few years ago. There is absolutely no way imaginable that a nigga could turn around and only win 2 championships 2 to 3 years after Bird, Magic, and Kareem retired, and you're already saying that they're better than them if ring culture really mattered that much. It doesn't. Y'all talk about ring culture through this lens, however y'all want to talk to it. However, the other thing that I don't like either is the hypothetical shit. And this is the nasty part. Because I actually think after ring culture, hypothetical culture also lets a lot of people live lives and careers that they didn't live. And we get to play that game with them.
No, dead ass.
We get to play that game
You're
with
right.
them. And when I'm saying T-Mac was an amazing player, amazing. I don't think anybody should ever take anything away from T-Mac. But T-Mac saying that is like me trying to tell somebody to lose weight and get on a diet. I might be correct. I might be right. I'm just the wrong nigga to say it. All right? T-Mac not getting out the first round, but then trying to tell what he would or wouldn't be able to do playing next to Shaq sounds crazy. And I'm not just saying this off of winning. That man was in situations to get past the first round and still wasn't able to do so.
Okay. See, now, see, this is why I said, now we're doing too much. Kobe is older than Tracy McGrady by a year, right? So Kobe won his first ring what age? 21.
Okay.
Right? He averaged 22. T-Mac had 21, averaged 26. Right? So when you're talking about a player comparing himself, he's not saying the fucked up part about it all. People are acting like he said he's better than Kobe. He never said he was better than Kobe. All he said was you gotta keep everything in context. He's saying, how is ring culture this thing that separates our, right? Who we are. Like if I average 31, I average 31. Or ring or non-ring, you can't take my individual skills away from me. So he's saying structure and team structure builds championships. So what he did was during this time, because I said the 02 era where Kobe had 3, that's why he said, so you're telling me with my skill level, who I was at that moment in time, you don't think I could have won a ring?
One, I agree with him. One, he's right.
He didn't say rings. You didn't hear him say plural. He said one ring. Just one. You don't think I would have won a ring? That's all he said. If he was on San Antonio during that same age, will he have won a ring? Yes, because the structure, he's talking about the structure. Where he was in Orlando, there's no structure there.
Nah, there was no structure with Doc.
You guys are putting all this stuff on the players.
Doc ain't had no structure in Orlando.
Rings are team things.
Beaches and sunny, nice weather and cocaine
and then
shit.
The talent is being built. He's saying that he never had that. So what?
Where was no structure in Houston?
Like don't pretend.
No. But what year though, Gil? But what year though?
All years,
nigga.
No
structure for him to win.
You said injuries. What year?
He was injured.
For him to win a championship, the best team he had the chance to win.
With Ron Artest.
Would have been when he got Ron Artest.
Yeah.
When
he got injured.
That's when everybody's like, oh shit, Houston might be that.
And there was never a time before he had a team that was good enough to get out the first round, Gil?
No, that's not true. He did have a lot of teams.
Healthy?
No, he didn't have no. You right, sir. He did have a lot of teams.
He was done after like 05, 06.
Nah, he could have won the
So let's
Detroit.
talk about before then, Gil.
That's what he was talking about. Oh, he's talking
about. No. Let's talk
about in Orlando.
Orlando, man. That's all.
What happened before 06 though,
But
Gil?
what I'm talking about, he's talking about Orlando. This Shaquille O'Neal, this guy, the guy who was the most dominant thing. You could have put me on a team. It's Derek Fisher, and I would have 3 rings, and I wasn't even in the league because you didn't need me to do nothing. I could have been the 15th man. You don't think the rest of the league was looking at fucking Devin George? You don't think nobody was looking at Devin George?
No. That's fine. That's fine. But Gil.
You're moving the years. He's talking about a.
Trust me, we're not moving the years.
99 to the 01 season. That's all he's saying.
Okay.
He's not saying he's better. Now, when we talk about structure, there's only a few teams that got NBA championship structure.
Gil.
Back then, it was the only 2 teams that was winning all the championships.
Celtics.
Spurs and Lakers.
Gil.
That's it.
Gil.
There was no other team, the team itself, that had structure for rings, man.
Gil, did the 05 Houston Rockets have structure to get out the first round, Gil?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
Why could they not get out the first round?
I don't know, who the fuck did they play?
Portland.
They played the Dallas Mavericks.
And Portland.
Is that Dirk, Steve Nash, or is that
and
Dirk? Who was that?
Yeah, Dirk, Steve Nash. And then he played Portland when they had Brandon Roy. I seen this, bro. I was there.
We know where Nash was at in 05 because he won MVP.
So
it's not Nash.
So it's Jason Terry. Dirk. So Finley would have been gone.
Just in case people want to know about
Daniels.
the injury excuse, because this is why I say about the hypothetical. And I'm going to tell everybody right now, life is about expectations. The way in which we talk about certain players is based off of what we expect out of them and how we want to remember them. Everybody pivots to injuries. It's a woulda, coulda, shoulda, but then they avoid the years in which everything was in line. And if you really were there and prepared to do it, then you should have done it. In 2005, Yao Ming played all 7 games. Yao was given all 7 in that series. Yao gave you 20 points per game in that series.
20 points a game.
21 as a second option.
21.
And you still, so the injuries, Tracy's there and Yao.
Tracy's the injury.
21 points a game.
Tracy
McGrady's the injury. In 2005? 3 blocks?
And Tracy McGrady games. So this is what I say.
I'm asking, Gil. No, just asking. I'm asking.
Okay.
I'm asking.
So if he's the second option,
man, you heckling,
better
nigga.
second option? 20-year-old Kobe with Shaquille O'Neal or Yao with Tracy? Who was the better second option?
I get you.
Because if we look at Tracy, 34, 28, 28, 36, 25, 37, 27. So he was the number 1 option. Did the number 2 option do his job? A young Kobe at 19, 20. You said he averaged 20 points.
The point I'm trying to land is this. The point I'm trying to land. The point I'm trying to land is that hypothetically we get to pick and choose which.
Why you going in and out that fucking
about T-Mac? But when he was in situations to do certain things, he couldn't do it. So hypothetically, we don't know. Because as you keep saying, we're moving the goalposts with T-Mac when it comes to years instead of in real time. In real time, in the year 2000, not when we're the same age. In the year 2000, do you think 2000 T-Mac will be able to get that team a championship? Let it be known, chat, what needed to get done for them to win a championship, for them to even get to the finals in Game 7 against Portland. Do you think in 2000 that Tracy McGrady would be able to do that?
No.
2000, that was his
against the Portland Trail Blazers.
No.
He's still in Toronto?
Yes.
Then no. He was still a bench player.
And that's,
he came off the bench. No.
No. Actually, he was starting. He started a portion of that season and started in the playoffs. He actually was in the playoffs that year. He started in the He started in the playoffs in 2000.
So a bench player.
Oh, okay. I want to also.
This ain't even.
It wasn't. Oh, okay. All right. Wait. No. I wanted to be clear as well. In that 2005 series against the Dallas Mavericks, he shot 1 for 5 in the 4th quarter in Game 3. 1 for 5 in the 4th. No. I'm using what actually occurred. I don't want to jump out the window with hypotheticals. Let's talk about what occurred.
But the problem is this: what you're missing. He is the official number 1 here. Is his number 2 and 3 and 4? Is the team structure there? We're acting like he didn't do his part. That's the problem. This is like when LeBron lost to Golden State, right? We acting like, you didn't do enough. When the nigga averaged damn near 38, 13, and 9, he did his part.
50.
He did his part. So,
50.
Let's go. Did McGrady do his part as the number 1 option?
In Game 3,
did he do his part?
No.
You asked. I'm gonna outline everybody else, and you tell me.
I just want to ask
David Wesley gave you 17 points in Game 3.
Okay.
Bob Sora gave you 21 points in Game 3.
Bob Sora.
Yao gave you 15 and 10.
McGrady didn't show.
2 assists in the block in Game 3. The game was decided by 4 points.
I watched McGrady.
All they needed to do was close. If Tracy McGrady is playing with Shaq, that's also going to be his responsibility, is to close the games, correct?
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, low. See, this is where the problem lies.
I hate this nigga, man.
During that time, Shaquille O'Neal was being doubled for them to kick shots out. When he is the number 1 option, he is being doubled for them other niggas to get the ball. That's the difference here. Come on, you can't do that.
Do I need to play the game? Do I need to play the game, Gil?
Which one?
Because Gil, I've seen every
The
single
problem
last.
is you're going-
I've seen
you're
every single
going
last
for-
one of these games.
You're going for one moment. The
Oh
man.
no. I got plenty of them with T-Mac.
Hold on. He's not saying he is Kobe Bryant. That's what everyone's getting confused. He's not saying he's Kobe Bryant. He's not saying he's better than Kobe Bryant. He's saying if he was on the Lakers instead of Kobe, would he have won a championship? So the fact that you're saying yes, he would have won one, at least one in those 8 years, you prove his point.
So let's.
He's not saying he will have 5 rings. He's not saying he would have 3-peated. He's just saying that he would have had one playing along with Shaq during that time.
Now let me ask you this.
That's all he said.
The reason why I brought up the hypothetical arguments is because I genuinely believe this, that some players might actually benefit more from hypothetical arguments rather than them actually winning. For example, do you think Kevin Love's career would have been better if he played in Minnesota, putting up all those numbers, and people can go back and hypothetically say what he would have done playing next to somebody else, rather than him winning that one championship next to LeBron and Kyrie playing the way he did?
Yep.
What do you think would have actually been better?
Him staying in Denver.
Timberwolves.
Minnesota.
So, and I see people in the chat, oh, Lo, you're reaching. No, I'm not. There's plenty. No, I agree with you.
How fast I gave it to you.
Yes.
Because I know the third option ring, nigga, that's just like Derek.
That's terrible. That's trash. That's trash.
Might as well get no ring, nigga.
An interview for when he won that ring. There's no interview. They didn't get 2 shits. They barely talked to damn Kyrie that year.
Yeah, LeBron. Yep.
So
I did it. I'm the greatest all time, Jip. With just me. Yeah. I don't know about Kyrie. I don't know about Kevin Love. Just told me. Yeah. Came back 3-1. Yep.
Playing next to
King.
Hakeem. That
Go,
most
baby.
of y'all
Shannon.
don't really give a fuck about, or all those years when he was able to lead that team to the actual finals when he was in Portland. Be honest.
Take it too long. You take it too long, bro. Hurry up, answer this question, nigga.
Be honest.
Hey, somebody says you're scoring and losing. Listen, if that's what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do.
But the point.
My career is over with, so it don't really matter.
But the point I'm making about the
ideal of this is this: people say losing because you didn't win nothing.
But what you did on the court. It's your body of work. It's your fucking body of work.
There was if you go to Antoine Jamerson and you ask any of our players, if you go up their interviews and they talked about me, you couldn't find 3 players that worked harder than me. If you go back and look at articles, they called me a gym rat because I slept in the gym. So winning a ring doesn't make you a winner. Your work ethic, who you are, what you put into the game. Sometimes it don't turn into
ethics.
That's where the structure comes from. Right? So the problem is this.
Fuck out of here, Beasley.
I don't know why Kobe fans are getting
irate.
The new ones, the 2020 ones. I don't know why they're getting upset when he just used the example of that team. Just like if he would have just came out and said, if you replaced me with Bruce Bowen, y'all don't think I would have been a champion? Because the structure of San Antonio...
You ain't stopping no fucking Kobe, son. You ain't stopping no Kobe, son.
I'm a champion.
Yeah, you gonna win the championship, but you ain't no Bruce Bowen. You ain't no Bruce Bowen, boy. You ain't no Bruce Bowen. Don't put yourself in those swamp waters.
Want to win championships. There's 5 teams that want to win championships.
Oh, you want these?
10 teams that
New
only
Jersey
want to make it to the playoffs. And then there's 15 teams that don't care.
Okay.
So imagine getting drafted to Utah, just like the young boy did. His career, no matter what he does, is limited because there's no rings that's going to be attached to his name. We don't know that now. We figured that shit out 6, 7, 10 years into the league. So all he's saying is if I had the structure, I didn't have no structure in Orlando. I got Doc, I got this. Like, I wasn't going to win no ring, but you can't say who I was at that moment in time if I was in a structured program without, I'll add to it because I understood what he was saying. If you'd added me to the Lakers that year, if you would have added me to San Antonio during that same time frame, y'all don't say I could have won a ring? Yeah, one. But at the end of the day, does one changes his career? There's one.
Yeah, so that's
the point you feel about it.
That's
yes,
the
it
point
do.
I'm trying to make with the only winning one, because I think that the concept of who Kobe was playing next to Shaq
He had to win one on his own to solidify those three.
And in the process of him growing throughout that three-peat, he matured into someone who was an MVP caliber player by the time we got out of it. So it felt, and this is the other part of the ring culture, like Gil is trying to also explain about the whole you're not the best player on the team, so then niggas just shit on you. Because for most of my lifetime, up until recently, people just openly accepted that nigga Kobe got carried every step along of the way, despite the fact that all of us who was watching that in real time between 01 and especially 2002, it felt more like 1A, 1B than it did in that first championship, especially going throughout some of those series against the Spurs. But for most of my life, the lie that has been told is that Kobe was just Kobe, and Shaq did everything he could possible because of what he did in the finals, obviously. But no, Kobe actually did more than enough to further justify himself as being one of the top 3 to 5 players in the NBA by the time we get to 2002, 2003.
And why you think my statement was, y'all don't respect the rings? Because I know what Kobe's argument was, right? He's a and that's why my statement with Stephen A. He's a 3-time champ, and you comparing them to people who didn't win rings. Like, so what does that make you feel inside? The same thing that I spazzed on Rashad for, knowing that he wasn't going to put SGA up there. So this man won a ring, swept the league, beat the guy that was the last year's MVP, beat him to go to the championship, and then you put him second? You don't even, like, what does that tell him? Like, it tells you inside, all they care about is numbers. They don't care about rings in a sense. If you can, it's 48 hours. They didn't have the decency to say, going into the season next year, you're the man on top. You won Finals MVP. You won Western Conference Finals MVP. You beat Jokic the last year's MVP. You beat him. He wasn't hurt. He was fully there. You beat him. The least we can do is give you the #1 spot.
So there's two things I gotta say to that. I think a lot of the ring culture and the ring conversation has way more to do with players that played in different eras. Because like what you're saying, when players play in the same era, we can actively address and decipher their skill set and contrast to one another because they're playing one another. I don't need to see Hakeem go win a championship to know that he's better than David Robinson because I'm watching this nigga cook him real time. I can see who is a better player. But the ring conversation really comes up when we're having different era, decade, generation conversations where we can't actually see who's playing each other 1v1 rather than live in the hypothetical land, and then that's when we pivot to championships. That's the reason why if I ask many of you all who's better between Dirk and Barkley, most of y'all would probably say Dirk because
nigga Barkley.
Despite the fact from a skill standpoint, it should be a very much closer conversation if we're just talking about purely skill and the ability to go out there and impact the game.
What's so funny? Where does top 75 have Dirk? They have him after Barkley.
Oh, well, there you go.
Right, like
Barkley. They y'all go right there.
Yeah. So look, when it comes to
Barkley, nigga,
and that's why like the weird part is the top 3 players. Like if you're talking to a basketball player, and that's why we say ring culture don't matter to us. It's who the fuck because we're there in a real system. Like when did LeBron come in the league?
03.
We played him in the playoffs 05, 06, right? Do you know going to Cleveland 05-06 was the first time I got fed by the opposing team?
What?
It was the first time we had real food in the visitors' locker room. Like, I was like, damn, coach. Like, I know we got our ass whooped, but food, I appreciate it. And he was like, nah, this is not for us. I didn't do it, they did it. They starting to give food to the opponents. Well, goddamn. Shit, what they eating over there then? Because this is A1. Then it made me start complaining and say, yo, we need breakfast. Then we start hearing about what other teams are doing. Then y'all got breakfast over there? Shit, breakfast and lunch? Like, you start realizing how horrible your organization is when you start talking to people in the Lakers, in Dallas, in Spurs. You realize, nigga, y'all are
the dungeon.
Section 8 home.
Oh, the dungeon. So that's why
know the difference.
Desmond Bain said the dungeon.
In your lockers, nigga, that's crazy, right? And
yeah,
that's what ends up happening. So when it comes to us, it's about
you gotta win
skill level itself. So that's why when people talk about rings culture, I can tell you 1,000%, if Kobe was at a table, there's Tracy McGrady, there's Allen Iverson in line to sit at that table, and you got Ginobili with 5 rings and Tony Parker. Who you think he's inviting to his table?
Iverson.
T-Mac and Iverson.
Yeah. You have no conversation with them, man. Nobody's sitting at a table with Robert Horry, dog. With you. Nobody care about one shot. They call you big shot, not big game, not big nothing. Just big shot because you hit one shot. Cool. That's the least you can do.
Well, he hit more than one shot.
It's who you. What did you do for?
He got rings before he came into the Lakers, bro.
And it seems like
go play that man, son.
What fans are thinking and what the voters.
He had rings before Kobe and Shaq, knucker. Robert Horry beat Shaq to get a ring.
And the voting is the same people who's throwing out rings is voting too, and the voting is not matching what they're spitting out.
Okay, that's the second thing. You do realize this is the other thing. Voting has changed over the course of like 20 years now because it's not the same people voting. Mm-hmm. So the same logic that they used to use back in like 2000,
they don't use it no more. We know,
et cetera, and what they're using now is not the same. Personally speaking, I think it's better that way because I think it's a bit more in line with how skillful and impactful you are now in contrast to back then.
Okay.
But now Curry can get MVP consideration or at least some real MVP votes and not even make the playoffs. Back in like in 05, that almost would have never really happened.
No, you have to make the playoffs.
So I even though I agree.
No. In 05, it would have happened if it wasn't Kobe. That's what I'm saying. If it wasn't Kobe and it was somebody else that put up that 35, because here, let me tell you a story. The year Kobe averaged 30, T-Mac averaged 32, right? T-Mac beat him out for score of the score. The following year, All-Star, they're having the big boy conversation about you only beat me because I had Shaq. Yeah, big fella down there. And then you got Tracy McGrady like, yo, I get triple teamed and double teamed all day, still average 32. You don't get double like that. Right, they got big fella down there getting double for the most part. Right, you get the kick out, they close out and they go ISO. And then he said, "Do you think if you didn't have Shaq back there, you would have stopped me any?" Right? That's you know what I mean. That's way above my pay grade. I'm just trying to make myself. You know what I mean. I'm just happy to be here. Right, but this is the banter that goes back and forth. So if you know Kobe, you know he feels some type of way, right? Like, so this is what's going on up in the locker rooms. Y'all think I can't do. You don't think I can do this, right? You think Shaq is carrying me, not the other way around. So that was his stance. Like, all right. So that's when the problem between him and Shaq go. When everybody in the locker rooms is comparing T-Mac and him, who's really better? Like bad team to bad team, if they both had bad teams, who is who? Now, what happens? Shaq leaves, right? What happened to Kobe that year? In everybody's mind, he went from 30 to 27. The year he averaged 24, they expected that because obviously Carmelo and all of them at it. So basically, you go from 30 to 27, you went from 46 to 30, 43. So they didn't make the playoffs. He didn't make all defense. So what Tracy McGrady was saying in the locker room, like, how you gonna stop me without Shaq? He didn't make the defensive team, right? So going to that summer, niggas was like, oh man, see, when he got put a bad team, he can't do nothing with it. Going into that final, I thought you can average more than 32, like he was talking, like he was bumping your gums. The following year, they ranked the Lakers not to make the play. See, this is where the players themselves, you got to remember, these are the conversations in the locker room, right? Like, oh, damn, Kobe said he'd do this, do that. Boom. He had a bad team like T-Mac. They didn't even make the playoffs, right? Shaq was carrying them. Then Shaq won a championship. Kobe had my ass station. Y'all remember that?
Right.
Wanted to fight the nigga, but he was all over in Miami.
Yeah.
Now, Kobe goes into the summer, goes on to demon mode.
Right.
Holla
Elijah one.
Season, and we know what happened.
That's when he got the tattoo.
So
he got robbed.
Every narrative.
I watched that nigga. I looked at that nigga. I said, oh yeah, he a different man. I see it in his eyes.
Them shits off. He beat Tracy McGrady in scoring more than the 32 he did. Nigga, I got 33 with the bad team. Getting triple team, getting quadruple team, right?
Yeah.
And I was first team all NBA. And I was first team all defense. And we made it to the playoffs. Like you guys said, we wouldn't make it to the, they voted they wouldn't make it to the playoffs that year. He put him in the 8th seed. Every NBA player was like, there's nothing more to say. You're him.
Yeah, he was cooking. He was cooking.
You're him. Every fucking player bowed down.
But even before that, when they played in that All-Star game.
That's why everyone gave him we won't give a fuck.
When they played in that All-Star game, it showed it. It shows in the All-Star game who's the actual better player. When they play against each other, you see it.
And he checks all the boxes off, and you don't say he's the most valuable player in the NBA. That's why all the players and all his peers was upset that year. And that's so what ends up happening is, man.
Someone said in the chat, so y'all were wrong. I think that's the other point that people are missing.
What?
Yeah. People they're saying like, oh, y'all were wrong for comparing them. Yeah. I think that's the point that y'all don't understand about not comparing, but thinking that T-Mac might have been better. And as time progressed, people realized that Kobe actually is just better. We were making assumptions that might not have been the most accurate. But based off of the information that we had at that time, that's all we can go off of.
Like, see, that's what I'm saying. I think people they're fast forwarding too much. Like, think about what everybody, if one is averaging 30 and one is averaging 32 and he beats the guy with 3 championships for the scoring title, you don't think the concept of who's better is a conversation?
No, I agree.
It doesn't mean that he is better. They're just having a conversation. This is like right when ESPN and hot takes started. This is this era. Hot takes and conversation. It was a conversation.
Same people. We used to do the same thing with Darren Williams and Chris Paul.
Yes.
Same thing that
KG and Duncan.
KG and Duncan. KD not too long ago talking about Kawhi a system player, and then eventually, that got proven wrong. I have to show
Kawhi a system player.
I'm not going to be able to show too. I'm not going to show too much here, chat. But y'all already know that this video of mine has been out since.
He lost to them.
2019.
Lost to the Bucks.
I just want you to, as an NBA.
Lost to Denver.
I just want to ask you this: when you are on a free throw line, are you getting double teamed?
No.
Oh, okay. I also I'm going to show you this. Like, is he getting double teamed there, Gil?
No.
Okay.
Well, wait, whoa! He shot that motherfucker was coming over. Hold on.
No way, Gil. He made
What are you talking about
got
there?
separation.
Separation.
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute.
We talking about come over.
PJ Brown was going over there to that basement because that's the defense at the time. Push him left, and we're gonna flood over. Most likely, he'd have got his ass dunked on.
Yo, that's about as good as a look.
Watch, he tapped out. He tapped out, so that means he was probably in there before, and then he's about to go, and he pulled up.
Yo,
I'm
that
trying
is
to figure what
about
to
as
do.
good as a look that you're going to be.
Oh, no. The shot, that's good defense. I'm talking about when you said, did he get double? I'm saying, PJ Brown was going over. That was the rule there. He was going over.
So you don't think people, and I'm asking, you don't think people were rotating over on Kobe when he might have had good looks, even when Shaq was on the team?
He did.
I know our game plan. I can only go off our game plan. I can go off what Portland told me. Like listen, I asked the players. I said, "Hey, yo, Kenyon, what was y'all game plan when y'all played against Shaq?" Hey, I asked Mike Bibby, what was y'all game plan on Shaq? And then I asked Bonzi Wells, what was y'all game plan on what's the name? Right? So there's gonna be plays where they flood over. Most of the time it was when Kobe was at the top of the key because you didn't want to get a body off of Shaquille O'Neal because Kobe would throw that lob. Like here, I'm gonna give you even a backstar story. After they won a championship, what Kobe showed was too much danger for the NBA. The fact that we couldn't double Kobe, we couldn't double Shaq and we couldn't double Kobe anymore, right?
Is this nigga rotating over to help
he rotated
Kobe
over
while leaving Shaq of all fucking people open?
And what's about to happen?
No, he gonna dump it off to Shaq, yeah.
Okay, so the nigga was stupid. Okay.
Oh, but what I'm saying is that this idea that Kobe, and I'm not saying you saying this. I think that a lot of things are very hyperbolic. This idea that even when Shaq was on the floor, that Kobe didn't drive and niggas didn't rotate over because they were so shaking in their boots that this nigga Shaq might get the ball. They did that even with Shaq. They did it even with Shaq.
That's what I'm saying. Think about what I just said. The fact that you do have Shaq back down there, and then you got Kobe, and Kobe's gonna make the pass to that. It was like, goddamn, we have to pick our poison because we want to stop Kobe, but he's gonna throw the ball to Shaq. He's not throwing that bitch to Ben Wallace. He's throwing it to Shaquille O'Neal. So that was that back and forth. And what ended up happening is after they won the third championship, and Kobe is not a Robin. The nigga named him Batman. Now they walking around with Superman and Batman. The NBA, decided, we're gonna introduce this thing called a 2-3. We're gonna do a 2-3 defense because we're trying to open up shooting. But it wasn't to open up shooting. It was to put, you know how a 2-3 is a zone where you can put someone in front of Shaq and behind Shaq, right? So we have a double, right? And then with the guards, when Kobe is on his ISO, you have that guard, and then you have your next guard at the nail. You got him too, and then if he wants to go that side, you got that wing guy. So we kind of get to double both players without any violation. So it was a way to try to double both of them at the same time.
Similar to this Shaq, Shaq, as you can see, there's 3 niggas covering Shaq damn near and not caring that much about Derek Fisher.
Nobody can know.
But the problem, what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying you're saying this, but the belief that Kobe would come off the screen and they would still double him because there's other players, they're about to double him. And he makes a pass at Rick Fox.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is there's other players that they still could have helped
Look what
off
I'm saying.
of, which they did help off of outside of Shaq's man.
Yeah, but look, go back. What did I say? Don't lead. Keep your body on Shaq.
On Shaq, yes, I get that.
Now, the easiest team to guard, like, this team was, like, decent. The easiest team to guard was the 2003-4 team. That was kind of easy because they couldn't shoot from out. They had, I think, Devin George, who couldn't shoot. Then you had Karl Malone. Then you had Gary Payton, who couldn't shoot. Then you had Shaq. And then Kobe didn't shoot threes like that. So basically, it was just fucking pack the lane in the whole time. Just pack the lane in and just pray. That's basically how you did it with them. right? So that team was a little bit easier. So even though they had the names, people didn't. You feared them, but you didn't fear them like that.
Respect them.
Like this team was more feared than that 03-04 team, to be honest.
Okay.
And this is the last clip. Get the ball screen, 2 on the ball with Kobe Bryant, and he dumps off the Shaq.
No.
I just, and I'm not, and no, that's dumb. This, chat, I want to be clear. This is dumb. But what I want to say is, it's also dumb to make this story about how when Kobe and Shaq were on the floor with one another, it was
Shaq.
I don't know what we're gonna do about Kobe because I have to make sure 48 minutes of the game I do nothing more but lay my eyes on Shaq because there's several times, even when Kobe and Shaq were in action, that Kobe could still get 2 on the ball when Kobe and Shaq are running a 2-man game. That's all I'm saying.
But this is when intelligence comes in. Now, if your game plan is when Kobe comes off a pick and roll double, right? So that means he probably came off with Rick Fox or something, they doubled him. So what do you think Kobe decided to do? Let me come off the pick and roll with Shaq, see what the fuck y'all do. And they double roll down. Now you tell me, how are you gonna guard that? You're not gonna go under, you're not gonna go over, right? Right? So you're fucked either way, but for the most part, them niggas never did that. They were just smart enough to adapt. It was just like a pick and roll with Amari and Steve Nash. Like, how do we guard it? In a sense, like, like this is why I get irritated at Dame and Giannis. Like, you niggas are stupid, right? You two niggas are stupid. Kevin Durant and Beal, or Kevin Durant and Booker. Why y'all not doing pick and roll? You two niggas is dumb. Because history shows that 2 superstars playing together, there's nothing you do. You can't go over, you can't go under while one's rolling, you can't double. It's just impossible. Them niggas are just smart. That's why I say, when T-Mac said he would have won 1 in those 8 years, we can give him 1. 3 in a row? Because the motor Kobe had for destruction is, you can't mimic that. You didn't have it. Niggas in the league didn't have that. He only had that. Right? Because the same destruction that he had is the same destruction why they didn't go in 4 in a row.
So now let's get to the other point. If you agree with that, because I think the part of the other argument of trying to debunk ring culture is a lot of times people be disingenuous. Like when Bron pivoted into Robert Horry, like, nigga, Robert Horry's not in these combos. That nigga can have 12. Nobody doesn't give a fuck about Robert Horry.
And that's the problem.
And that's a problem.
That's the problem, Glow.
But when it comes to Kobe and ring culture, it isn't that he just won 1 with him. If T-Mac had went there, and let's ask this, what would have been worse for his career, especially if at some points we could compare him to Kobe? If he would have not won anything at all, so us to have this hypothetical, or he was a disappointment with Shaq and only won 1. If he went there and only won 1, here's an example.
But that's the
if LeBron, if Ray Allen missed that shot, and LeBron finished his 10-year in Miami with 1 ring, what would have been better? If we could play the hypothetical game with this nigga, or he can run around and say, I've only won 1 ring in Miami.
And he finished with 3 rings?
Let's just say he just won. Let's say he finished it. Let's say he finished, no, Gil. Let's say we finish his entire career with 1.
And he gets to keep the same stats? The nigga still finishes top 5.
But what would be better if you could play the hypothetical game with those numbers and say how many he would have won if you put him on the right team, or if he disappointed and only won 1 championship in Miami?
From the player side, he was still himself. Right?
No, we're not talking about
the player, but that's what
I also want to be clear with this. I don't give a fuck about this ring shit. I'm telling you niggas how other people talk about.
But that's what I'm saying. From the player side, we seen what this nigga was at an early age. So no one ever questioned who he was as a player, right? Like no one's questioning the player part, right? For his legacy, personally, he probably messed his legacy up leaving to go get a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Because the leaving to go get a ring is what is the staying majority of when you have the conversation.
And so
if he would have stayed in Cleveland and won just one ring,
he'd have been good.
Cleveland,
just like Giannis is good, Stephen A. fucking Smith.
And this is the reason why this shit is dumb, because what Emmanuel Acho also said was fucking moronic, and that's the
fuck
point.
Emmanuel Acho, that nappy ass hair, he always getting died.
On FS1, try to make a dumbass formula about how to gauge niggas' legacy, because if you win one championship, that's somehow better than KD winning two because of how he, like, think about that. Yes. Think about how dumb this conversation has now become. So when y'all sitting here telling me I'm just stupid, no. It's not enough to just win. It's how you win, where you win. But it's a whole bunch of other shit that doesn't even take into consideration who you are as a player. That's why I keep asking the question. A lot of people throughout the course of history have benefited more than what y'all want to acknowledge off of hypotheticals. I love Allen Iverson. That nigga's career is a hypothetical about championships.
But nobody was giving him a champion. No.
I get that. I get that. But Allen Iverson is another player who never won, but you all will sit here and put him on the level of other players who have won, because how you are going to finish that sentence was, well, if he did have XYZ teammates, he would have won. And what I'm saying is, it's better to do that than for him to be on said team and not have won at all. So sometimes not winning and living in hypothetical
is better than winning.
It's actually better than going to another team.
But us players are doing that for Allen Iverson. We know how trash that nigga team was. And the fact that he made it to the championship with the roster
trash
we had,
team,
with the game plans we had, that was a miracle in his own. I like literally.
Yeah, you gotta respect that.
The defense was literally, hey, listen, let Eric Snow shoot. Let whoever's on this team, no one cared about. It was trying to double, triple, quadruple. That was really the game plan. Everything was about Iverson. So the fact that he got through all that and got that team to the championship is what everybody was more amazed at. And it was like, well, if they would have added one more actual player with him, maybe he could have won.
Yo,
that's all.
That's
what players did.
Here's a better question. Damian Lillard. Would it have been better for him to just stay in Portland and for all of us to play the hypothetical game, or do what he's doing right now, where he went to go play with Giannis, and we watch those two niggas not functional? Because hypothetically, it all sounded great to us. Don't lie. It sounded great to you when Giannis and Dame were able to get together. Oh, man, that's going to be real nice. That's going to be real nice. And then we saw it.
Hold up, son. Let it. It's still.
He wouldn't have gotten no credit. That's what no one. See, that's what we're finding out in real time. That's what Kobe found out after 3 rings. He got 3 rings, and he's like, hey, man, and he's looking at the top 50 list by ESPN and all that. He's looking at the greatest list of all time, and he's trying to figure out, hey, why the fuck I ain't moving? I got 3. Bird got 3. Oscar Robertson got 1. Where am I? And it was like, yeah, about that. Yeah, but there's a little bit more than that, just rings. And that's why the 4th ring is his best ring. The 5th ring is his sweetest ring. Because he realized, you guys don't think I can do it by myself. And then I grabbed 2. And the problem with this is why you're not giving him the benefit of the doubt now. Like the fact that you said he couldn't do it, and he did it. That's why all NBA players have him 2 or 3. Guaranteed. There's nothing you can say. You can't convince nobody in the 2000s because he proved every media wrong. And that's why
when I be back, I'm gonna be back with this fake ass AIs going all over this motherfucker.
Or 3, depending on who you like at that moment. But if you don't have them 1, 2, 3 on your personal list,
damn, James Seacon, you got your jaw tapped, son. It's not righteous, bro. It's not righteous, man.
That's why there's the argument between players and media. And because I got the information that what media goes off of, I'm like, if you tell players this formula, they wouldn't give two shits about rings no more, for sure.
It'd be a better league. It'd be a better league.
Sell us a dream as kids, right? When you're a kid,
I never was fucking with rings. Now I was watching the players get skillful, bro. Nah, son, I wasn't following that. I wasn't following that.
And you discredit the ring. You're not.
I wasn't following that.
You must stay in the same city.
I respect basketball players, man.
Win, and
for
their
their
option,
body of work, like your body of work.
No, you
don't got no rings, but you got a good body of work, man. You have a catalog.
That's why these niggas at the end of their career trying to bop for
J.R. Smith, he don't have a catalog. He got ring, he got a ring, but he ain't got no. Well, look at his catalog.
I don't give a fuck what you doing, dog. You are still behind Kobe, and that's how it is. So it is a beef between the players and the media, and the people who are with the media as players are them sidekick niggas. Them niggas who need team sports awards because they can't get individual awards. See, they want to be part of 17 because they can't be 1 out of 450. See, yeah, most of them niggas that's like, yo, no, rings is the shit. They can't never win an MVP or a scoring title or be on first team All NBA. You need talent to do that.
Stacey King.
End of a bench, being one of 12.
That's why he told Kenny Smith. That's why Charles Barkley told Kenny Smith, nigga, you was on the team. Nigga, I was the team.
If I'm on the right team,
Kenny Smith.
I guarantee you, if I set one of them NBA champions down, right, and said, hey man, you got 3 rings, you got 2 rings. Hey, can you name all the teammates on both your championship teams? Nigga, they can't. They don't remember 17, 16, 15, 14. They can't. If you go back and look at them Bulls teams, you're gonna be like, hey man, who the fuck is this? This nigga got 3 rings. I never even heard of him. Patrick McCall. Nobody even knows. Since Kobe Bryant and the Lakers, he's the first player to win 3 in a row. He won 2 with Golden State and then the 1 with Toronto. Nobody even know him. I guarantee you, if I say, hey man, listen, I know you was out of the league by 25 with 3 rings. Would you give those 3 rings up for 5 more years with 20 minutes a game? He'll throw them rings for 5 years and them 3 rings.
Hey, speaking of 5 years, shout out to Nas Reed, 5 year, 125 million. Shout out to
what?
5 year, 125 million extension.
Hey, good shit, boy.
Good shit, man.
Good shit. Oh.
That's right, Nas.
I ain't gonna lie, I love when a nigga gets some money, though.
That's right. Use it right, brother. Use it right, brother.
Money, I love it.
Use it right, brother.
I'm an NBA fan. Like, if I showed you my NBA jersey collection, you guys would be disappointed at me of some of the niggas I got. I've got Emeka Okafor. Is it Emeka Okafor? I got his jersey signed because that nigga had a shoot-off with me when I hit 51. I was so intrigued with what he did in that game. Hey, man, give me that jersey. I got TJ Ford jersey. Listen, I was getting, if I had a good game, if a nigga played well on the court with me, I got the jersey. So I have over 500 signed jerseys.
Which then brings us to the bigger point, because I think a lot of people are going to hear this and misunderstand what both of us are saying. All right, so I want to make sure I reiterate this, because somebody asked in the chat, Nonchalant said, Low, with a $25 power chat, Low, why don't you blame the coaching for Giannis and Dame not meshing as well as you would like? Let me be clear. I have the capability to assess it accordingly. I know that you just can't put niggas on the floor with one another and they're going to win. That's the reason why I just don't turn around and just think that anybody could have three-peated with Shaq, because there's certain aspects that go along with it. But I want to be clear, and this even goes for Gil as well, I'm assuming. A lot of shit we talking about isn't necessarily how we think.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what other people are trying to outline. And like I said in the beginning, and now that there's more people here, let me be very, very clear. I don't believe this shit. Y'all make fun of me when KD's like, oh, he had you silent when you just said, I agree. There was nothing to argue about because I do agree. Most of the way that niggas talk about basketball is dumb. That shit is dumb. It's fucking dumb. Everybody want to sit here and water down conversations because they don't take the time out to actually watch what's going on the floor. It's dumb. Instead of us talking about skills, we end up talking about situations that put people in positions to win a championship instead of the actual skill set of what a player does or does not possess. Mm-hmm. But I've learned a long time ago as well, if you all want to hold the standard and however you want to talk about it, fine. And y'all know me, the only thing I ask for is consistency. And that's the reason why that ring talk shit gets thrown out the window. That's why I'll come up here and I'll stand on 10 toes and tell you niggas that Karl Malone and John Stockton, I guess, can't be in these convos because they have 0. Barkley cannot be in these convos because he has 0. Patrick Ewing, all them niggas in the 90s were losers. And don't tell me it was because of MJ, because Hakeem was able to squeeze in not 1, but 2 on you niggas. If we're gonna sit here and talk about ring culture and how you gotta be the best player on it, and if you ain't win a certain amount of rings, or even if you did, you're not the best player, you gotta be the first option, fine. I guess that means Scottie Pippen with 6 is like the 10th best small forward, because I can name either a small forward with more rings or a small forward with at least 1 ring who was the best player, easily. If we're going to play this, and I'm not sitting here talking about Devin George who has, no. I'm talking about players whose resumes are damn near on par with Scottie Pippen's in many regards, and yet they still should be ahead of Scottie. Kawhi should be ahead of Scottie.
Yes.
Elgin Baylor should be ahead of Scottie.
Yes.
Rick Barry has 1 championship, but was the best player on that championship team, so he should be ahead of Scottie.
He is.
Dr. J should be ahead of Scottie.
He is.
Larry Bird, KD.
Nigga, I slapped your fat face.
Should be ahead of Scottie.
I slapped your fat ass.
So that's 8.
Okay.
For whatever reason, y'all don't want to talk about Hondo. He got 8. He's 8-0. He got a Finals MVP.
Oh,
that nigga should be ahead of Scottie.
Oh, they got Rick Barry 38. My bad.
So if we're gonna talk about this weird way, Tatum should be ahead of Scottie. That's the
Jason Tatum.
They got Kawhi behind Scottie, but he's gonna finish in front.
So Scottie at this point should be 10, based off of this logic of ring culture. Never the best player on this team. Never won an MVP. Only 1 year where he got real MVP considerations when Jordan wasn't there.
He left. Yeah.
That's it.
And he lost.
But I just named you 9 players who have a championship while being the best player on the team outside of Elgin, and Elgin just a better player, period.
And that, you know what, Lo? Listen, here's what I want to ask somebody in the chat, just so you can see the difference.
Oh, I forgot about Tatum didn't win Finals MVP, so they might throw that weird dumbass shit up. No, actually that's not rated that high. What is harder to get? A ring as an NBA player, or win the MVP as an NBA player?
A ring.
Now when the people who are putting the MVP, now think about if they're gonna vote on your career as analysts, you gotta think it's all mathematics, right? A ring is you versus 449 other players are going for that ring, that MVP, that title, right? Ring, 30 teams. When you get there, or when you get to the playoff, it's 16, right? So the number is easier because 17 of you at the end of the year will be champions. So that means you go by the hardest to the easiest. So winning MVP, scoring title, first team, second team, because that's top 10 players, defensive player of the year. Those are the things that are important. So if you take this top 75 list, and I don't know why people always try to remove a list because you don't like the way it looks. Instead of just saying, I don't like the way it looks, look at it and then try to figure out why it's that way. So if you remove rings, since that's embedded in your brains, and then just go off of
My father here, BZ. I'll be back.
If we say, hey, if I don't even